Hello and welcome to Peaches and Suits, a podcast where two useless lesbians attempt to talk about all of the ladies and soap operas that have driven us mad over the years in a coherent manner. Possibly.
I don't know. 506?
What? What?
Carla von Lahnstein?
So.
Ah.
Y juntas somos parceres.
Lexa and I...
Lexa.
Oh my fucking God.
Hi, I'm Chaos.
Hi, I'm StephKT, capital K, capital T. I thought I'd been taking over the introduction and I'd been going first the past couple of times. So that's why I was like, no, Chaos should go first. That's how it started. I thought we should go back to the beginning. Go back to our roots. Today, we're going to talk about, again, a topic that's very close and dear to our hearts, which is older women and also the professor-teacher trope. That's, I don't know. It's easy to say it's very common, but after I've been doing a bit of reading and that, it's made me realise perhaps it's actually not as common as we think. I think there's a few tropes that we've just come to think is, oh, it's everywhere, it's in everything, but it's not. It's just because it gets spoken of so much. So, yeah, and I'm going to let Chaos.
I don't know about that.
Maybe we'll see. That's the problem when you read into it. Then you're like, oh, hang on, opinions that I've had for ages. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm so easily swayed. So.
I will tell you, I have the most notes of any episode.
That's... Yeah.
I think 3 pages of notes.
3? Oh, no. Yeah, see, I only saw the first page. She neglected to show me 2 and 3.
The second one is just a list of all the professors of fictional media that I ever came up with. Sexy professors.
Oh, I'm excited actually because obviously I have probably missed out many. And then when Chaos says about that, we're going to be like, oh my God, yes. so I'm going to let Chaos, tell everyone why we're attracted to older women.
Okay, I think first of all, I think it's pretty important to say that we're talking relative, right? Relative age, not,
geriatric.
No. No, okay, I was going to say relative to your own age, but I think there's a little bit of a guideline there because, like, obviously when you're 15, an older woman is a 20-year-old, but we don't mean 20-year-olds. We mean, what do you think? At least 35.
Oh, for sure.
40.
Yeah. And we're getting worse as Chaos and I get older. We get worse. So
yeah. Well, worse, meaning more, perhaps age appropriate, or I don't know.
It rises with us. So as we get older, our taste gets older.
Yeah. No, I think that's normal.
Yeah.
I feel completely comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
I want to say 56 is my sweet spot right now.
I wonder why.
Not too much older. But man, something about all the actresses that I'm interested in right now, they're all 56. Actually, you know what? Unfortunately, I think one of them turned 57, so.
Oh, off the list.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, no, not off the list. On the list, 56/57. Very good age to be. I wanna out you for what you said the other day, but I don't know. We can cut it out if you don't want to.
No, say it. Go. I can't remember, so it's good.
Did I write it down? I think I wrote it down. It was from a voice note that you sent me. Hold on.
Oh shit. Oh, I can't remember everything I say in voice notes.
Do you remember saying, "I could easily imagine myself falling for a 60-year-old woman"?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I stand by that. Yeah.
I stand by that. Okay, good.
Yeah, years older than my mother. No problem.
What? How old is your mom? That's not older than my mother.
Oh, I'll out my mum. She's 52. She's 52.
Shit, man, your mom is a baby.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like Chaos is doing the math here. Oh God, I said math.
Ha! Maths. Wait a minute. That's just all right. Yeah, my mom is quite. I'm not going to out my mother. She's quite a bit older than your mother.
She might listen. My mum won't listen, so it's all right.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Yeah.
I didn't say quite a bit. It's not that much.
No.
Actually, you know what? If you're listening, Mom, just turn it off. I don't want you to listen to this.
No, this is the one. This is the one. This might be the best yet, you know. Grab your popcorn, grab your snacks.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So why are older women so attractive? I've got a long list here, but it feels a little like formulaic to just read from it. So, I mean, I'm just imagining all of the... Okay, I would like to give a quick shout out to Milena McKay for suggesting that I read this Harry Potter fanfic, because that's just the only thing that's swimming around in my mind right now is thinking about Narcissa Malfoy. I don't know if anyone has ever seen Harry Potter. The film version has a woman actress who, I actually don't know. Helen.
Yeah.
McCrory.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she has like half black and half white. It's kind of like, I guess, blondish white hair. And if you know me, you know that I really like black and white hair.
Oh my god! I just can't believe how quickly you took off. Right?
I know. I was telling Steph, like, let's talk just like generally why women are attractive, and then we'll kind of go from there. Here I am, off on like one particular woman. Okay, we'll go. Let's come back. Okay, gray hair, sexy as fuck. So if you have gray hair, kudos to you if you get gray hair when you're like 19. You know, you get a little bit of a leg up in sexiness at a younger age. Like, good for you. My mother, whose age will remain unsaid, she doesn't have any gray hair, and I'm like, I'll never have gray hair. This is how that works. I'm really going on a tangent. I think we're going to have to cut some of this out.
No, it's absolutely fine. It's just amusing me because we were just talking about this anyway, and somehow we've got back to talking about grey hair. So yeah, and also, well, I suppose I can say because I feel like we're doing a Mother's Day special.
Let's not.
No, but because. Again, my mother won't be listening to this. I'll say my mother has loads of grey hairs, so it's not all about age, people. Anyway, carry on.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm blushing. So it's the mom thing. We have quite a few. It's a little bit hard to discuss this, I think, in general, because there's like a few stereotypes of like why people would date with such a large age gap or just an age gap at all. And so I actually Googled some of this stuff because I needed like unfortunately a Freudian refresher course. Fucking man. I hate him. But I do have quite a few notes on like mommy issues. And I guess daddy issues, because I think most of the research is focused on heterosexual pairing. So it's like if you're,
thank God.
Yeah, according to Freud, if you're the like the Oedipal and Electra complex thing, right? Anyway, so I think it's pretty hard because when you're reading through all of this, like, oh, you compete with your father for your mother's affection or whatever bullshit, like it's like. No, I'm not a man, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I won't go too far off in that, but let's talk about why women are attractive. I'm flailing. You're being too quiet. I think you're doing it on purpose.
No,
don't do this.
Right. Okay, I'm jumping in. I'm going to leave those last few seconds in for sure, just because that sums up us. But No, I think you're right. I mean, I wasn't sure whether to talk about that side of it. But I did see that some people seem to embrace it and be like, yeah, probably, maybe I do subconsciously have like mummy issues or whatever, but who cares? You know, that doesn't necessarily mean it has anything to do with our attraction to older women. And sometimes, by the way, if I say we or our, I don't just mean Chaos and I mean, you know, maybe many
Lesbians.
queer women. Yes. And again, I know it's a bit of a controversial topic, like the adultery discussion, because some people are just so find it so abominable at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But and also people have different ideas of what kind of age gap is appropriate. You know, some have it like a 10-year limit, some have a 20-year. You know, it's because it's becoming more ubiquitous, arguably, that it's becoming a bit of a debate. And like we'll talk of today, that movies particularly seem to be featuring these age gaps
as opposed to
more
television.
Yeah, I suppose. But I don't have as many notes as Chaos. I was struggling to sort of put it into words, but just basing even off my own personal life, why, you know, and even I was thinking,
Yes,
oh
tell
God,
us, Steph.
well, even when I was a teenager, I was, you know, I had crushes on teachers, as you do, but even when I was a young adult, you could have a crush on an older colleague. And they might be in a position of power, so and that there sometimes actually it's happened for me where they've been my age, but they're above me in the hierarchy, and that probably was part of the reason why that they were attractive to me. And you know, it is the power dynamic. Yeah, is a thing for me. Absolutely. I'd also say that I find older women, due to just life experience or whatever, I wrote down about their wisdom and wit. They're two big things for me, you know, being intellectually wise and just, and
that's
they
so
just...
nice. My list is purely superficial. I did write down authority and experience and confidence. But there's a lot of other
yeah, for sure.
Mannerisms are definitely a thing, right?
Yeah, mannerisms in general. And wardrobe.
Sure, yes. Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Flavia, the jumpsuits.
Oh
very
my God.
Much.
These jumpsuits, I just
Hello.
think they're bizarre. Yeah, I do
not defame my goddess's clothing.
Listen, for those who don't know, Chaos is still in Chile, right? Understandably, that bit I understand. It's just the jumpsuit. I have a bit of and the shoes. What is this wardrobe?
Listen, we're not going to talk about the shoes. That's fine. We'll just pretend they don't exist. In the house, on the bed.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Anyway, but no, wardrobe, as you say. I mean, it is sort of iconic. It's like the power suits we were talking about before. Some of this are
power
attraction
jumpsuits.
To, yeah.
No,
you know,
I don't think I don't associate. It doesn't give the power vibe. You know, when it's okay. Here's, I guess I'll just say some of the things. There's something about being a little bit older. Like you said, Steph's like snuggled in and she's like, okay, very rapt attention now. Being older, aside from giving just like worldly experience and sort of life experience, there's something about confidence that happens at a certain age. And I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for this to happen to me. Where it's just like, there's a certain comfort in your own skin that makes you appear more serene or elegant in a way. Like there's like I don't know, it's just a confidence that seems not fluid, that's not the right word here, but like, okay, I'm obviously focusing really much on fluffy but there's something about too, like I think aging, and I can probably talk for so long about this because I think that there's something about being queer and being, specifically for me, being a lesbian, that I think that it's already beyond the norm to find women attractive. So it's almost like I'm pre-programmed to find non-standard beauty attractive. And I think that like your like soft skin and soft bodies, and let's talk about like women's voices getting deeper as they get older. Like, fuck me. Okay. Wrinkles, fucking hell, the like little crinkly eye wrinkles and the ones around your laugh lines. Man, give me the forehead wrinkles. Yeah, I think just all of that. Glasses, if you don't already have them when you're young, like starting to wear them when you're old. Like, am I reading glasses?
You know, when I was writing my notes, I was thinking, right, can I do this without mentioning Jennifer Beals at any point? Because it's amazing how she just ticks so many boxes, like so many podcast episodes. She's just a good example. And not because everybody knows her, but she really does fit this so well. I mean, we even spoke about it before, about, I think, off air.
Is she even 50? She looks so young to me. How old is she?
Oh, I think she's early 50s now.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's crossed the threshold. She's not 56. Don't get excited.
Disappointment.
But I think I was speaking to Chaos about how her voice is a bit deeper. It's certainly changed, like, since Flashdance. It's more attractive.
Yeah, definitely.
Why? Her face in general is more attractive. Not that she wasn't beautiful before, but what is it now? It's how do you pinpoint it? Like, why? And the same probably even with her wardrobe. Like, not even as Bet, just in general. Again, but so many women, it seems to be like that as you see them get, like Susan Sarandon. I mentioned her to Chaos the other day. Like, again, oh, wow. Yeah, like in The Hunger, absolutely smoking. But in her 60s, it's like, wow, you know. And why is that for me? I don't know.
I can't get past her personality and her politics.
Yeah, it's
but I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm seeing it. Like, I mean, I definitely, when she in the Hunger, holy shit, man, with the short hair and the like bralessness. What, I don't know what it was about that age of,
yeah,
who wears a white shirt with no bra? Like, oh God, so good.
But even Catherine Deneuve, same.
Let's talk about her. Holy shit.
Same vein, you know. Again, I might not agree with her with everything, but like, still just amazing. There's so many women I could have,
Jessica Lange.
So many actresses I could have written down. Yeah, you could. It's just mad.
Oh
and Sarah Paulson, for example, is going to be that same thing. Like, I'm not attracted to her when she's young. You know, in the things. But
I was attracted to Catherine Deneuve and Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange. Like, have you seen Tootsie?
No, but I know. I know.
God.
But yeah,
I definitely fell in love with her for sure.
But I have to remember, like in The Hunger, Catherine Deneuve is already 40, so she's already. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think Susan even spoke about it.
So she must be older than her.
Yeah, I think so.
And also, yeah, and I think Jessica Lange is also older. I think she's like 70 something. Yeah,
that would make sense because Belle de Jour, Catherine did that like in the 60s.
That's a while ago.
Anyway, I'm going off now. All these French actresses started coming into my mind, like Fanny Ardant and everything. And I was like, whoa, slow down.
No, actually, you know who I think is going to be one of those, like, I don't know how old Viola Davis is. Do you know how old she is right now? Anyway, I think she's going to be one of those where she's like, when she's in her 60s, I'm going to be like, I mean, I'm already drooling. I'm already drooling over her arms. So,
shocker.
The fact that, oh my God, just, she is very, very attractive.
Beware, don't let Chaos talk about shoulders. I've skirted around it there.
No, we're not. We almost went up the shoulder a little bit, but we won't go there. Her shoulders are divine.
Yes, no, we could be here fangirling and just going through, oh yeah, she's really attractive. Oh my God, yeah. She's
Yeah.
It's but I think
we'll do that.
Yeah,
no, we will, because we're going to give examples, right?
It's true. But some are yeah, I'm less fangirly about it's more an I don't know, an appreciation for what they gave me as such, you know, especially as a baby gay, maybe. Okay. When I was like really young. Not that I wouldn't fangirl over them now, but it's also a sense of nostalgia, if you know what I mean. But
speaking of nostalgia, I think this is a great way to go into our first, I think, example, which would be, let's talk about Loving Annabelle. Let's just get the more controversial ones out of the way.
Yeah, I that's why, well, Chaos has seen a picture of my notes. I felt like there had to be two things at the top. I didn't put Loving Annabelle, but that was sort of self-explanatory. It had to come with Madchen in uniform. And then I was like, oh my God, I should have put Miss Honey at the top as well.
You know, I didn't see that when I was younger. I only saw it as an adult, like, I want to say only like a handful of years ago is the first time I saw it. So I didn't really have that, the gay awakening.
Yeah.
I was already awakened at that point anyway. But
no, exactly.
So okay, so Miss Honey and
Madchen, yes, because Loving Annabelle, for those who don't know, was very much inspired by a previous story, which is like, oh God, it's maths. It's hard for me. How many years old now? 90 years old. Yeah. The first film, Madchen in
50. Oh, I was like, that was like 1958. What are you talking? You mean the first one? Yeah. 30 something. 30.
Yeah. 31, 30. Yeah.
Something.
Because it's just sort of snowballed. The book, the
was
film,
it 28?
The play.
When was it?
It was like 1930.
Okay.
They were doing it all sort of at the same time because the same actresses who did the play were in the film. Mm-hmm. So, and then she was sort of writing the book at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, Madchen in uniform, as Chaos said, it is a bit of a controversial one because the protagonist, Manuela, is 14. Nothing physical occurs. Not really. Don't have to be alarmed. But it's just, I know Chaos only told me recently she hasn't read the book. I have read the book.
No, I haven't read the book.
No.
But I've seen both films.
Both films, yeah. And I think they kind of do a good job, but obviously there's only so much you can do. But it is an interesting take because seeing it from a child, which she is, a child's perspective, and for so many of us, I feel like myself, you realise possibly your sexuality or your attraction to older women or however you want to see it when you're basically a teenager or a child. And how sort of confusing that all is and how do you figure it out, even in the present day. And Loving Annabelle obviously took a step up from that. Everybody's aged up a little bit. And the professor trope, it just shows that it's been there all that time. And it reading things online again made me realise, wow, like Madchen really... I don't feel like it's spoken of too much, but it really is embedded in, I don't know, it's really had an effect on like novels and everything. And why are we attracted to teachers as well as older women?
You think that film, play, book is why I like older women?
I mean, it's so hard to, because like you said about, what word did you just use? It's like, that's what I mean by like embedded. It's like, it's always been there and you don't realise because like for me, I had a crush on a teacher, obviously before I even knew that Madchen existed. So arguably was the author of the book and, you know, the screenplay, was she tapping into something that's it's just like always happened in history, even, exactly, and I think that's because, I'm going like on a tangent a bit again, but back in the day, if you were obviously living in a time where it's illegal or taboo or whatever, if you're going to like fall for an older woman, it's going to be like your governess or your nanny or a teacher. Like that's where it would have begun, but it wasn't written or like spoken of. There's no like documentation of it. And I feel like Madchen was like the first time that it was kind of put pen to paper that we know of, and was like, this is what happens. Like the author may have experienced it herself. This is kind of where it can all begin for some people, that realization, because you won't go into the cinema. Well, you wouldn't be able to see like a gay film or something like Carol in the cinema and be like, oh, it all makes sense. Like, you know, it would have been like you would have gone to school as a young girl and be like, whoa. Like, and like Madchen as well.
English teacher is hot.
Yeah. And then you're there going to church or something like, oh, what does this mean? And what's interesting with Madchen as well, and again you see it in Love and Annabelle, she kind of carried it on, that other students, it wasn't just one student who would be looking at this young teacher and questioning themselves. Or, I mean, it's interesting with Love and Annabelle because the student Annabelle is aware of her sexuality, is no, you know, I don't think
it's
there's
not
any...
a gay awakening for her at all. She just likes the teacher.
No. And
she
that
knew
is,
she was queer before she got to the school.
Exactly. Yeah. But it just, I think it's something, basically what I'm trying to say is it's something that I could relate to, because I think that's kind of how it happened for me, as well as like Tipping the Velvet. I was just there at the right time. But I think having a crush can be your first time where it sort of hits home, and then you're sort of, oh god, yeah, you got all the questions and everything.
Gosh, you know, now you're saying this, I think that I was not attracted to any of my peers when I was younger. I don't think I had like crushes when I was younger. Oh no. I definitely got into a fist fight one time when I was like 8 over a girl.
Oh, well young. Oh my gosh.
Never mind. We'll just
Never
pretend that didn't happen. All right. But yeah, teachers definitely. Oh my god. Yeah. I think part of the reason why I was reading up on this mommy thing, like are you looking to older women, especially as a younger person, like you mentioned, it's usually like a person in a position of either authority or at least like a role model, someone who you maybe they're not that much older than you, maybe they're like 22 when you're 15.
Yeah.
But it's this concept of like, oh, you know, are you looking for like a mothering figure? And I think that is more likely to be true for men who like older women. I personally don't want a mom. And I think if anything, actually, and I was trying to consider this, I think I can't believe I'm saying all this like personal stuff.
Oh, I know.
But like, yeah. So, but I'm thinking of these examples, right? Like, so there's the fanfic that I just read with Hermione and Narcissa, and basically any Harper Bliss book, if you've ever read anything by Harper Bliss. But it's like being the caretaker for someone who is or who has had experience or maybe conditioning in life, like oppressed by the patriarchy for years, and you know, submitting to compulsory heterosexuality. What's it? There's another name for that, but anyway, being the person who like gives the kind of care to women who have never experienced that back from, I'm speaking like in really big terms, like from society or whatever, but like, for example, if an older woman who's never been with women before, if you are the person who then dates the older woman, you can be like a caretaker and give a lot to them.
No, I know.
But you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, clearly I'm not looking for a mom in that way. Like,
no, I can agree with you on this, and I'm also why not? As I say, mums are coming up today. But for
Lord.
example, like the type of woman that I go mad about in fiction or in real life, are nothing like my mother. You know, that is not what I am looking for. You know what I mean? You know, like you say with the whole Freud, not at all. There is no correlation for me. I'm not a caregiver. I'm not looking to them to be my caregiver. You know, yeah, I might be attracted to that power and everything, but you know, and to hark on those things that were said back in the day, and even now, unfortunately, sometimes I'm not looking for them to do my ironing. You know,
Oh my God.
You know, and as you say, look after me. No, it's still meant to be an equal balance of power. It's just, well, it's funny, like what you said, that I am not going to be this type of person, even as I get older. I'm not going to exude this level of confidence or wit or whatever that I'm attracted to. Like, I am not going to be that person. But
I'm planning on it. I don't know about you. I'm working on it.
Fingers crossed, but I doubt it.
Give me a couple years. 20 years? That's what my goal is.
I think I can fake it, maybe sometime, but no, not really.
I don't think I have the femininity that is required for that.
The wardrobe. My wardrobe does not look like, you know, that.
Just get yourself a jumpsuit, Steph. That's the answer.
Oh my God. I haven't even got a wardrobe like Miss Honey. You know, I haven't even got that going for me. My glasses don't even give me a vibe. I don't put them on.
Your glasses look a lot like Flavia's glasses, though.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's hope for me yet. I wouldn't look as good as in a jumpsuit.
You could. Give
Hers have
yourself
pockets,
a few years.
right? Yeah, pockets, very important.
She puts her hands in them too. It's very attractive.
Yes. No, absolutely. I give that. That's a point to the jumpsuit. But yeah, as you say, so much of this, I think, I'm trying to think, more than maybe any the other episodes we've done, probably does correlate to me in real life. I think that's why we can both, I don't know, we're both coming out with things that are sort of from our personal life.
I don't like it.
I know, it's
but
not a confession.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, excuse me, this is too personal. Okay, shall we tackle some of the lists of, like, should we transition into professors?
Yeah, well, as you can tell, I'm
what do you want to say?
Blending the two. No,
it's good, but I want more examples. Tell me
more
all
examples. The problem is that there aren't too many that I'm, in terms of the professors, that I'm like actually that have been done really well, that I'm like a big fan of.
Bet Porter.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, but they still fucked that up with my Nadia. They still fucked that up.
They didn't? It was so good. What do you mean?
Because I would have made this a whole thing. It was like a 3-episode arc. I would have made it a whole season. But that leads me back to Jodie. Fuck Jodie, right? No, like some of them I wrote down. Chaos might have ones that I'm a big fan of. Like I was thinking, I put down Parker and Christina from, was it General Hospital? I couldn't
General
even remember.
Hospital, yeah. I think they're on my list too.
They were on an American soap. Some great things there, but actually my favorite scene with them was right at the beginning. I don't know if anyone has even seen it, but because the start of their story we hadn't seen, and then the first time we see them interact, full attention. That was actually the best bit. That first,
was it in the office or in the classroom? Or
no, she came to Christina's home and they were having a bit of a argument. It was so good. Anyway, but that kind of
she got really close to her.
Oh my God.
Super in her space. And I was like, hello?
Hello. Yeah, they were both pissed at one another. Super. But even that was never going to be too well written. I don't trust the American soaps as well as I do like Chili or... And then even like Bloomington, just not so well done.
God.
That's why I
Bloomington
still think...
creeped me out. I will say I had a really hard time. God, it's really interesting how fiction can do this to you, where you're like simultaneously happy with it and also like, yeah, like you can know something is, I guess, okay, so it's because it's a taboo, right? Like she's young. I don't think we know exactly how young she is, but she's young college age. So
Yeah.
20, 19,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know. The teacher was just so predatory that I was like, that's hot. And then I was like, ooh, that's, God, like it's so conflicting. Anyway, we don't need to talk too much about that because I didn't really like the film that much. But what about Desert Hearts? She's a professor.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
But she's
I
not
didn't even
her
think about that.
professor.
But she's not. No, but it's still that. She's still got that vibe and the wardrobe. You know, she's still. Yeah, all the things that make
the
it
skirt suits
attractive. Yeah, yeah. Like I even wrote down the children's hour, and yet
I did too.
Oh, you know, and that's not an affair with a student or anything, but it still entices me in a similar vein.
Yeah, Audrey
You know.
Hepburn.
You know, and the potential, because that's all about potential. Because as a side
I
note,
do love you.
because there's a
God,
moment.
what a good film.
I haven't watched it in a while, even though I have the DVD now. There's a scene I can't remember, and they glance at each other across the room. I think all the students are there or whatever, and I truly think if it didn't end sadly, that Audrey's character would have. I think she would have reciprocated.
She would have, yeah.
As a side note, they were going to go off. I truly believe it.
No, I 100%. I think before I'm going to spoil it, before she kills herself. I do think that in that realization scene where she's like, you know, no, you can't say this. It's made up. It's not, she's telling a lie. It's a lie. It's not true. And she's like, but I do love you like they said. The hesitation, like, God, I can't remember what Audrey Hepburn's character's name is, but that she has where she's like, what? No. Like, I don't know. I agree with you. I'm saying I agree with you 100%.
No,
I think she, like, if they had given some time to marinate on that I think she would have realized she also loved her, like she said, the little kid.
Yeah, I think, I can't, that's a real tricky one to tackle, that one.
But that's two teachers. It's not a child. It's like two teachers who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's nice. That's nice. Again, they could give me that kind of setting, like in an educational, you know, without it being a student. I'm just
Barbara
as happy with that.
And Mercedes. Mercedes was like the younger one. I mean, there's an age gap there technically. I think she's meant to be. It's hard because the actors are like basically the same age, I think. Maybe a couple years apart, but they're meant to be like, you know, Barbara is like this married woman. She, you know, is more established and definitely a full adult. And Mercedes is like, well, she's treated like a child by everyone else, even if she is
what it is.
20. I mean, she might be 20. I don't know how old she is, but like, that's an interesting. I like the whole teachers falling in love thing too. I could be down with that.
Yeah, like just give me, even if it's I don't know, religious obstacle or whatever, you know. I love all that the same. But again, it's partly because I'm okay with the sort of period setting, so I can take that turmoil. It's fine. Keep going with that for me. And
Claire of the Moon. Technically, she's a professor.
Chaos is really like, technically.
I'm reaching a lot. My list includes quite a few reaches. Professor Marston and the Wonder Women. Women.
Oh my god.
Also professors.
I did
Technically,
not
she's not a professor. But she's
excitement.
a student.
But she is this. Oh my god. I absolutely love that film.
Wow.
Love that film. I can put up with the man because I love it that much. Yeah.
You know, somebody... Oh gosh, I think it was specifically Reen actually, was like, no, you should watch it. You need to watch it. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Really not my genre of, you know, this man thing. And especially because I know that it's based, you know, on a true story. And I like knew about the man who had written the comics. And I was like, I don't. And then she was like, no, seriously, you need to watch it. And so I like rented it and I went, oh my God, this is so good.
I'll say, right, I went to my local cinema to see this, and we haven't had a cinema where I live for very long. And I was like, and it made me realize that there were other lesbians in this town, and we're like all there on our own,
drooling. Yeah, it was like you and the two other lesbians.
Oh, Oh, I was so pleased. There was like a few couples, like straight couples, which is nice, as well. I was just so pleased with how many people were in this cinema. Again, not too large, but still, it was like, wow, people know of it, because I felt like this was a labor of love, and I think I even cried at the end. I wanted to see it partly because I knew that it was based on a true story. That probably helps me deal with the guy, because I'm like, well, that's how it was. So, but it was just so pleasant. I don't know. And get maybe one of my favorite kisses in a film.
Oh, yes. The one where where she chases after her, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, that one.
That was bloody
so
good. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Chaos, for that. Yep.
Sorry.
I mean, and obviously there were recent examples with age gaps. But obviously we've seemed to have left the professor thing behind a little bit.
One more. Asta from The Married Woman. She's a teacher. I'm really stretching here. I have more. More. Mamma Mia 2.
Oh, please. Oh my god, she's scraping the barrel.
I have Disobedience. Esty is a teacher. oh, hold on. Here's an actual good one. Did you ever see the film Leanna?
It's not even ringing a bell for me.
Okay, so it's like this. Okay, it's a very not great film. So it's probably better that you didn't see it. But it's like this woman who, I think she's a housewife, and she decides to go take night classes at some college, I think. And she like falls for her professor like immediately. I mean, her professor is this like very clearly lesbian woman, and I don't know if she seduces her. I forget. Gosh, it's been ages since I've seen this. But yeah, there's definitely an element. I just remember there's this pool scene.
This stuff. There's a pool scene.
Honestly, I have a master list of all of the films I've ever seen that had lesbians in them. It's got like multiple hundreds of films, and I just scrolled through it in alphabetical order and started writing down ones that rung a bell with professors.
It's true. You see, over the years,
When Night is Falling,
you see. Oh yeah. Oh fucking hell. That's what I mean. There's some of the things I've seen over the years are so obscure that I never, will probably see again, and it takes someone to bring it up, and you just sort of, I totally forgot. Anyway, but it just shows, like, if you really dig through the crevices in your mind, that there are so many you've seen, and probably they just sort of fall by the wayside. Yeah, wow, Chaos really, wow.
I've seen way too many.
No, that was good. I knew I could depend on her, honestly. So,
but shall we just talk about age gap in general? Did you finish?
Yeah.
Did you finish what's the Celine Dion book?
Celine Dion?
What's the lyric? Oh, bugger. It's not That's the Way It Is. It's another lyric. It's a Harper Bliss book.
The Harper Bliss book. If you kiss me like that.
If you kiss me like that. I know you didn't finish it because they referenced the Celine Dion song in the book.
Oh yes. No, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember. I just didn't put it together.
Okay. Sorry.
This is a bit obscure. Has Celine been in a film?
Oh, God. Yeah, does she act? I would watch that.
I have finished it. It's because I'm on to the next book. So, again, this is how bad my memory is, everybody. I'm just on to one it's just come out called Malice, based a little bit on Sleeping Beauty. And, yeah.
Is
sort
it
of, it's... yes, I suppose so. Yeah, there's not. I haven't had too much like romance of it yet, but yeah, it is kind of basically like Aurora and Maleficent being a thing. I'll let you know how I get on.
Thank you.
But yeah, we were saying that the age gap thing has really become a trope in movies. But I just want to say that even the word trope, I don't know, when you hear it these days, even for myself, it sort of makes it sound negative. And not all tropes are necessarily negative. And this is where
it's
the
a
debate
recurring
is.
theme.
Yes. It may be overused to some people, but I don't mind. And this is one of those. I know some people are sick of it, but wait, I don't mind. They're not always going to be great. Ammonite. But some are tremendous. Carol, so you got to take what you can get, okay? Because it's like flipping a coin. Some will be great. So, like Carol, you know what I'm saying?
I think there are good and bad things to say about most films.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know why I'm so critical of lesbian film. Like, I'll watch pretty much any of it, which is like, oh God, here we are. But afterward, I'm very picky about it.
I think in general, though, we are all very critical of them. And I don't know why, in a way, because we haven't got a lot to choose from. This article I was reading, and I will quote from it in a minute. I promise, chaos about this. But they were saying that obviously there's so many straight films, for lack of a better term, where there are age gaps, and no one goes, "Oh, this trope." I mean, a few film critics might do, but it's but because they have such a plethora of films, it doesn't. No one really raises an eyebrow. But ours, because we don't have a lot, and when we do get it, there might be an age gap, or it's a period drama or whatever. I think again we're like, oh, that again. But it can be done well. And this quote, oh my God, I think it's, I feel like I know her Twitter. It was Jill Godovitz, and she said, yeah, right. I've seen her tweets over the hilarious, and she said, "I would love to date a woman twice my age who wags a cigarette in my face," and she talks about the lives she lives. And
it's Catherine Deneuve.
Right? And I know she's obviously referring to Kate Blanchett and Carol, and that's it.
Oh, is it though?
Yeah.
I was imagining Catherine Deneuve in The Hunger.
Oh, well, no, but it's true.
Literally sitting there smoking.
No, it's true. And I think she's hit the nail on the head. I mean, that luncheon scene, I would love to be in Rooney's place, having a cigarette wagged at me, talking about gloves.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, because you did say earlier about dating someone older. Don't you think, though, that there's a difference between what you like in fiction and in reality? Now, maybe don't say specifically for yourself if you don't want to, but I think
it is interesting because, like you say, I see young people and they'll be talking about MILFs on Twitter, and really the person they're talking about, like the actress or whatever, is 5-10 years older than me. So I wouldn't
or
view them
younger.
as
I've seen younger, and I've been like, oh my God, I'm not at the age where I'm a MILF now. First of all, I'm not, but
no, but
what the fuck?
Yeah, they'll be talking about an actress, and I'm like, she's 28. What are you talking about, MILF? She's not even. She's nowhere near
or
old age.
33, and I'm like,
You
first
think
of all,
that's
she's
a
not
MILF?
even a mom. She's. God, I wish I could think of an example right now.
Even if they are, though, to me, when I think of MILF, even when we were younger, I would be referring to someone who was at least 40.
Yeah.
But
I think 43 is the bare threshold for me.
No,
I'm serious.
So
I know that's
today.
it makes a difference because 40 is the new 30 or whatever. I don't know. 40 years old is not very old. I don't look to 40-year-olds and go, "Oh, you're so mature."
British.
Although 43 is so arbitrary. I just think, something beyond 40.
Oh, that just cracks me up though. Sorry, it's because you're 56 and now the 43. She's really pinpointed.
I am very. I'm just saying. Research. Numbers matter.
But it is hard because, for me, say if I met a 60-year-old, even if it was Dana Delaney, for example, right?
Oh, is she 60?
No.
I bet she's not. She's probably 54, 6.
She might not be far, too far.
56. Let's go with 56.
Hello! Hello! Let's meet Thursday. No, it is tough because I would have a conflict. Not that it would put me off them in that respect, but it is a thing of like when you get older and they're going to be older, and like that's a big gap. You know, that would be a big gap for me. In terms, that's what I mean about growing old. Like if it was a serious
she's
relationship,
older than your mother.
well, not like that, but just about them getting sick. I know this sounds bizarre, but them getting sick or passing away, like it could be years before me because the gap that's a large gap, you know, that I would be, I feel like I'd be constantly worried about that. Not that I wouldn't anyway, but it's a more concern for the future. It wouldn't be a concern for me in the present moment, but just in the future. But I'm such a lovey-dovey sap that, that my feelings would override that. So on a personal level, yeah, it wouldn't prevent me from, you know, having a serious relationship with someone.
I see what you're saying, but like you said a little earlier, like we don't question that in heterosexual couples. Like my dad married someone who's closer to my age than his own. And like I question it because I'm his child, but like society at large isn't going to look at him and be like, ooh, you married such a young woman. I mean, because once you reach a certain age, obviously she's not a young woman anymore. She's like, actually, I don't know how old she is. I did the math when they first got together and forgot about it. But yeah, I mean, like, especially then, you know, I'm thinking about, so your hypothetical where it's like you're in a relationship personally with an older woman. Aside from the few comments you'll get about like, oh, is this your mom? You know, that's happened to me, by the way.
Really? Yeah. Because I'm talking about a large, you know, but I'm society. I'm not bothered that at all, you know, and I know it'd be the same for you. Like, not fussed at all what they say, whatever. And finally, I'd probably be so overjoyed. Like at the same time, like, oh, I knew it was meant to be. I was always meant to be with someone like 20, 25 years older. It was written in the stars, you know.
You know, I remember, this is so crazy. I remember right around the time that I came out to my mom, she was trying to still kind of encourage me to date men. And I remember her being like, listen, you really just like, you need to be with someone older. Like my mom was like shipping me with these older people. And I can't believe I've never thought about this until now, but she like, yeah, she definitely was like, no, I'm telling you, like, stop trying to date these people who are your age, like go for someone older. If I'm going to date men, sure, a little older.
Yeah.
Necessary because they're children. But
exactly.
Yeah, for women, I think when I started dating older women was when I moved here. And there was a woman who, I'm going on a tangent now, but like, yeah, as soon as I started dating women who were at least, I want to say at least 5 years older than me, I was like, oh, this is a whole new world. This is great. Yeah. Mom, you were right. I hope you're not listening, but yeah. Obviously, you know, we can speak from the perspective of loving older women, but like, what does a 60-year-old woman see in a? I mean, I hate to. I mean, I don't want to say it because it's like, okay, this is a little bit like weird, but yeah, I know people ask that of like Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor, and it's like seems really intrusive because it's like it's not a hypothetical, right? This is like a very personal question to them directly, but I think about it in general, like I mean, I don't know.
Maybe I'm giving us too much credit, like queer women, but I think our taste in women as opposed to like straight guys, sometimes we might both agree, you know, in general on who, you know, an attractive actress or whatever, but genuinely like what we find attractive in women is different to straight men. Clearly, that is clear as day. And I think like when you think of an older guy with a younger woman, you think of the sort of superficial side of it, and you sort of, because it's so obvious sometimes, oh god, he's into her physically and her body or whatever.
Boobs.
But in this instance, I should say, like Holland Taylor and Sarah, I think it's a good example of how, and not that Sarah isn't attractive in it, but there's so much more to it than that. It isn't just a physical thing. It's personality and sense of humor and intellect. And I think women in general, hopefully, especially queer women, though, we can see so much about a woman, you know, so much that is attractive. So I think that's just what it, even from the other end of an older woman being attracted to a younger person, I think that very much comes into it. They can see, but I think it does bring more conflict maybe to them than it does for us as a younger person. I say, especially,
absolutely.
Yeah, with the
taboo is definitely, I think the burden of that is on the older person for sure.
Yeah,
like,
I think they do think about it. Yeah, but I can't imagine, I say, like, even in my own personal experience, I don't know if it's a sense of like that admiration and still from a younger person, I think makes them possibly feel attractive. Like, even though they're older, like, oh my God, someone younger, like, and this much younger, say, oh, they're attracted to me. Like, they find me still appealing physically and everything, like, wow. And I think that is a flattering prospect, obviously. And also,
I mean, I hope that's how they feel, because I literally want to make it my like mission in life to make older women feel like they're attractive. I just want to go spread love to all of them.
Exactly. Like, you know, because again, some women, I think a guy my same age might not have found them attractive, whereas me, like, an older woman can just walk in the room and I'll be like, wow, you know, or maybe not instantly, but you get talking to them and then you're like, wow, they're amazing, like, wow, you know. But a guy, again, not all men, but you know, wouldn't have had that same initial feeling that a woman can have. You know, we just got it. We're smart, you see. That's we know what's up. So I think we see all the shades and and I don't want to say flaws, but like we were saying earlier, like wrinkles, or none of this is a downside to us. We see this as a woo, this is an upside.
Very sexy.
Yeah. So it's again, I'm sorry that we've gone on such a personal note. I did not know this was gonna happen.
I didn't know this episode was gonna be this late. I was really kind of like hoping it wouldn't.
Oh, sorry. I never even thought about it.
It's my fault.
No, it's me too. It's so, so I find it probably, could I have done it without going personal? I don't know. But on a slightly more amusing note, I will just add, because in my list, I put Truly Scrumptious, Julie Andrews.
I just watched Princess Diaries on Sunday.
Love those. And I clearly, even when I was young, it's still a thing now. Even Disney makes you realize this, that I have a thing for Sopranos. When I was young,
one of us.
No, but when I was young, I think that was the thing. Was like, man, if they can sing, I am like, wow. You know, has to be an older woman again, but I think that was the thing.
An older
for me.
soprano, even.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. When you're watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Truly's there walking along singing. Yeah, she's beautiful and all that. But even if she wasn't deemed as like attractive, that voice, I would have been enraptured. You know? Yeah. I know. Sound of Music, fight me. Same thing, right? I know it sounds odd, again, but if I was like one of the kids, one of the Von Trapps, I would have had some serious conflict with Julie Andrews coming into my life, you know?
Well, especially since the oldest was the same age as, like, I'm pretty sure that they were only 2 years apart, Julie Andrews and the woman who played Liesel. Oh,
no. Well, even if I was like Brigitte, right? And I'm like 10, yeah? And this one, I would have been like, whoa. And then you've got the Baroness. Yeah. I would have been really conflicted at that point.
As soon as she starts singing, you're like, ah.
Wow. Does she have to be my stepmom? I would have just like, but yeah, as a kid, I would have been so confused. And as I say, I know the Baroness can't sing, but wow, I can. I just, what, you know. Anyway, That's probably more personal than anything else I've said.
We have some things to cover before we sign off, right?
Yes.
So we want to talk about, we want to thank our listeners.
Yes, I know.
And we received our first listener mail. Shout out to the folks who sent us an email. If you want to send us an email, it's peachesandsuits, all spelled out, @gmail.com. And we would love to hear from you. Feedback on episodes or questions, etc. Thank you to the folks who did that.
Yes,
it was so
thank
nice.
You. Thank you to everyone who sent us mail. Yeah, we're like giddy.
We got so tickled.
Sound like me, but it's true. No, we were so chuffed, and do even if it's bad feedback.
Yeah. Oh God.
No, it really anything you want to, even if you just want to say hello or whatever. Oh, it is so appreciated. It was so nice, and sorry if it takes us a while to get back to you. As you can tell, I'm a goldfish, but I will get there in the end. It's the problem in the modern age when you've got so many email accounts.
10.
And it's like, oh God, yes.
Which
shit.
one haven't I checked this week?
Yes, exactly. But no, do. And again, we're on Twitter. I'm at StephTWTC.
And I'm at shippychaos.
The usual places. I hope this one was all right this week.
Yeah.
Sorry you got our confessions.
Yeah. Really sorry.
Yeah. Again, give us suggestions as well of things. I can't promise that we'll do an episode on everything that is said. Some things are trickier to speak of than others. Look at this. I thought we were just going to fangirl about older actresses for an hour, but no.
Is this therapy? I think it was a little bit of therapy.
It was. Do you think it was so different to like the married woman? I mean, but yeah. But we've got some more things in the pipeline. We do. We will get back to our soap lesbians. Don't worry. So
yes.
So
I guess stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll see you when we see you. I don't know why I say that. No one's seeing us.
But thank God.
Thank God. Yes. In case anyone is questioning, who comes across this first time, no, you cannot watch us. Thank God. My eyebrows are in a bad shape. But Chaos's hair looks great.
I don't know.
Draco.
5 or 6?
Draco.
What?
Carla von Lahnstein? So.
Ah.
Y juntas somos Mercedes.
Lexa and I... Lexa. Oh my fucking God.